Although Norfolk may seem modest, it is home to several influential people, including the biggest naval base in the world. Norfolk is located in the southeast of the state of Virginia. It also boasts the Chrysler Museum of Art, which presently houses over 30,000 items, one of the most significant art museums in this region of the country. As if that weren't enough, Norfolk has an abundance of natural resources. If you enjoy animals and plants, you can visit breathtaking sites like the Virginian Zoo, which is also located here, or the Norfolk Botanical Garden. 1. Chrysler Museum of Art. The Chrysler Museum of Art is tucked away in the Ghent district, which is regarded as the city's most creative neighborhood. If you are an art enthusiast, make sure you find time to visit this museum, which is renowned for being among the most significant in the entire southeastern United States. The art collection of the renowned automaker Walter Chrysler served as the foundation for the museum, which was established in the 1930s. The museum's collections contain over 30,000 artifacts that will transport you back thousands of years. Anticipate ornamental arts, photography, glassblowing, sculpture, and painting. 2. The USS Wisconsin. Renowned for its formidable combat capabilities, the USS Wisconsin saw action in both the Korean and Second World Wars. In reality, the ship was retired in the 1980s, but in the 1990s, it was recalled for use in Operation Desert Storm. Following such a distinguished past, the ship is now a maritime museum. You can embark on a self-guided tour, exploring various areas of the vessel such as the officers' staterooms, a mess, an onboard chapel, and offices. 3. The Moses Myers House. The Moses Myers House provides visitors with an insight into how people would have lived in this region of the country at the turn of the century. Moses Myers was a well-known American entrepreneur who played a significant role in the development of Norfolk. One of the first brick structures ever constructed in Norfolk, the Moses Myers House has undergone meticulous restoration throughout the years. Here, a permanent exhibition honoring the life and legacy of Moses Myers is housed among many of the original furniture. 4. Norfolk Botanical Garden. With more than 40 gardens, each with a unique theme, the more than 150 acres that make up the Norfolk Botanical Garden are split into various divisions. Seasonal plants and flowers make the gardens bloom all year long, and there's even a particular area just for younger guests. All guests can enjoy themes like a calm and peaceful Japanese garden, replete with traditional Japanese ponds, and a hummingbird garden, which has all of these delicate birds' preferred plants, in addition to a dedicated area for children. 5. Hunter House Victorian Museum. The Hunter House Victorian Museum, which was once the Hunter family's residence and dates back to 1894, is the ideal destination for anybody interested in learning about Victorian life in Norfolk. The house is recognized as a National Register of Historic Places, and guests are welcome to view the vintage memorabilia and period furnishings that are displayed, much as they would have been in the past. 6. The Virginia Zoo. The Virginia Zoo is located close to the lovely Lafayette Park and is home to nearly 500 animals, including rare species of frogs and elephants. There are creatures from all over the world, including Africa, Australia, and Asia, in addition to native species. The zoo is separated into distinct displays to highlight the many species. For example, tigers from Malaysia can be found in the Trail of the Tiger. The zoo is well known for its gardens and flora in addition to the animals on display. You may even visit the zoo at night to catch a peek of the many nocturnal creatures that are kept there. 7. Nauticus National Maritime Center. Established in the 1980s, the Nauticus National Maritime Center made its debut in 1994. Because the focus of this center is all things nautical, visitors can anticipate a variety of interactive exhibits where they may receive hands-on experience along with many interactive big-screen cinemas. The Hampton Roads Naval Museum, which is housed within the facility, is renowned for allowing visitors to interact closely with the exhibits, which include a touch tank with horseshoe crabs and a shark lab. 8. Naval Station Norfolk. One major claim to fame is that Naval Station Norfolk is the biggest station in the entire globe. The station stretches across the Norfolk shoreline for more than 6 kilometers, housing an astounding 75 naval vessels in addition to 134 aircraft. Even though this is the most active naval base in the country and home to the majority of its personnel, guests can still take a tour of the base with a member of the naval staff, who will give them an overview of the Navy's operations and history and give them a chance to see some of the ships and aircraft carriers that are stationed here. 9. General Douglas MacArthur Memorial. This memorial, which honors Douglas MacArthur, is essentially a museum with an education facility, research center, and theater connected. The purpose of this memorial is to recount the tale of General MacArthur, who served in the Korean War and the First and Second World Wars. Visitors to the museum will have the opportunity to view paintings, historical items, and vintage cars that are examples of wartime memorabilia. 10. Wells Theatre. Wells Theatre is the place to go if you want to see a peek of a remarkable example of period architecture in Norfolk. It initially opened to the public in 1913. This theater featured many of the country's greatest entertainers at the time, and in 1916 a big movie screen was installed. The theater changed hands a lot throughout the years, briefly operating as a gin house and a brothel before being added to the Register of Historic Places in the 1980s. 11. Hermitage Museum and Gardens. Visit the Hermitage Museum and Gardens, a house and art museum, to get a sense of how Norfolk may have appeared in bygone eras. Situated on the picturesque banks of the Lafayette River, the Sloane House was built at the start of the 1900s. The grounds here cover 12 acres and feature ponds and beautiful woodlands in addition to the nearly 40,000 historical artifacts on display throughout the home. 12. American Rover. Look no further than Sailing Harbor Cruises, a cruise ship operator based in Norfolk that runs the American Rover, an 80s vintage vessel that can accommodate more than 100 guests at a time. The ship's distinctive red sails, which are constructed of red tan bark, allow people to see it from a great distance. Sunset cruises are available, as well as harbor tours.